What's up, world? I'm determined black man, John Jay, and as usual, I'm determined to reach at least one somebody that's listening to the sounds of my voice, if not each and every one of you all. Hey, look, y'all. I want to speak with y'all for just a split little second, but it's some very important information that I need to share with you all. So if you will, hit the like button, hit the notification bell if you hadn't already done so that you'll be notified every time I drop any hot new content to this channel. And please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I am a determined black man, John Jay. And on this channel, it is a black first channel. But we all about the human race, mankind as a whole. And today, there's some information I want to share with you all that doesn't seem to be hitting the mass media as I would think that it should. It's like I have to go looking for this information when it should be something that should be overpopulating our media channels and sources, but it's not. And as I've alluded to in my last video, there's been a lot of riots taking place in major cities and metropolitan areas across the United States. And now, y'all, I hate to say it, but we're gonna have war on this land here in America. We've been warned. We've been warned. We've been warned. We've been warned out loud. We've been warned through signs and wonders. But I'm here to tell you that it's going to happen because the United States is not going to back down from their support for Israel. And with that being said, the Palestinians and Hamas, to be exact, they're going to go forward with that pinpointed, like from ex-FBI agents and stuff like that that's coming forward. But it's true, y'all. These people have already infiltrated us. I mean, you think about it. They invaded us domestically. They came and learned from our systems with our pilot schools and all that for 9/11. Don't you think that, that threat has grown even more tremendous? And the fact that our border's been sitting wide open for over 20 years now, you don't think, or longer, you know what I'm saying? Longer, you know what I'm saying? But, that's been over 20 years since September 11th. And we still haven't corrected our border issue. And don't you think if other nationalities can cross those borders that terrorists would somehow come to the conclusion that they could too? And by now, they are more than plentiful here in the United States. And as I said on my last video, I'm almost certain, I'm pretty certain, they have terror cells in just about every major metropolitan area in the United States. And at the right call, these people could flip a switch and do us major harm. Not only do we stand a chance of being bombed, but we also stand the first thing that they'll probably do is take away our communication, take away our ability to communicate, which will be what they call those bombs, like I said in the last video, the EPAs or whatever, when they take out your electronic post, where nothing that's electronic can work again. Your phones, your laptops, your tablets, all that, your Wi-Fi, none of that stuff gonna work. You know what I'm saying? If you got one of these smart cars, you're probably gonna have issues with that. So it's going to change a lot of stuff at the flip of a switch. It's going to put us into dire needs for, power. And, it's going to cause blackouts, which will more than likely ramp up looting and violence. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling my people, hey, look, let's not get stupid when this shit happens. Let's just be prepared. We don't got to go robbing and killing each other, because eventually we take enough of each other out there, we won't be able to fight against the powers that's already forming against us. Don't you understand? This is the time that we need to rally together. Not as just black people, but as people, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something we can't avoid because it's biblical and it's just prophecy fulfilling itself. But you could be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people like to throw the name of God around, like God got us, God got us, God got us. But a lot of times y'all forget about God give us and God can take it away. You know what I'm saying? He give us sense. He give us a mind. So, if you don't use it, you will lose it. And so a lot of times we disregard God and his efforts to help us because we're looking for that help to come in whatever form that we feel like is deemed necessary, rather than how the man feel like it's necessary. Like, y'all don't understand, guys understand, ain't I understand. A lot of times we are overlooking and disregard and miss a lot of stuff that he got in store for us because we're trying to make it be how we want it to be. It don't work that way. And so I just wanted to reach out to you all, tell you all, once again, get your water, get your perishable items, You know what I'm saying? Go out and buy some seeds for your vegetables and fruit. Put them in Ziploc bags. Buy you some lighters and some dry cotton. Put them in Ziploc bags. Buy you a tent. You might have to get on the road. You might have to go on the move. You might have to become nomadic. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But be prepared. It's simple things that we can do to be prepared instead of wait till something happens and then a catastrophe happens and then we want to go all haywire because we can't get tissue. We can't get toothpaste. Go ahead and get you some extra toothpaste, some extra tissue. Better yet, go get you some baking soda. You know what I'm saying? Go load up on your baking soda. Get things that you can do multiple tasks with. You know what I'm saying? You know how many things you can do with baking soda? Some vinegar. You can store food. You preserve food. Clean things. Sanitize. Go out and get your alcohol. We gotta be prepared. You don't just get ready for war. You prepare for war and you stay ready for war. So at all times, even in the time of peace, you prepare for war. Because in order to maintain peace, you will go to war. When somebody sees you in your most peaceful state, that's when they plan to attack you. Because that's when you're the most vulnerable, when you think it's all easy, it's all good. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you all because I want us to be in the know and I want us to be prepared. Black people, all people. But I know that we are the most distracted. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of distractions, I'm going to just touch on the Deon situation just a tad bit. I know I get Deon here. But it's because, bro, I believe in you, man. And you kind of let me down. Well, you ain't kind of let me down. You let me all the way down, bro. You failed me tremendously. And a lot of people, especially black people, ain't going to see this. They ain't hearing me when I say this. You feel me? But I always said you was wrong for bringing up what you perceived to be stolen monies. When the people, you said it was more people in the stand than you was actually being paid for. Okay, you was wrong for that because we ain't the only ones that steal. That's one. You being robbed, highway robbed in Colorado because you're making $5.something million a year and they've already made, in 5 years, you're going to make less than $30 million. You just in the first year of your contract. But guess what? We ain't even done with the season. You ain't won before games. And they done already made over $500 million off the name of Deon. Do that show you the star power that he has? And the same power he had in Jackson? That he could have actually helped build Jackson back? And not only build Jackson back, but build it back black. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's a lot of black people in power, they don't have the resources to continue to be. And eventually, that town, through gentrification, that town be back, in a matter of time. Another 20 years, we won't be able to afford to stay there. And, the whole gentrification deal. We know that. I go over that all the time with you all. All you got to do is look at Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. All you got to do is look at, D.C., places like that, New Orleans. They allow things to go down in value. They allow things to get destroyed. They allow us to go in there and bring down the value. You know what I'm saying? By putting us all in these small areas where they know that we're going to bump heads because of poverty. You know what I'm saying? We starving. And then they run the price back up once they come in and buy it back up. They tear it down and they run the price back up. They build skyscrapers. They build parking garages. They build, condominiums. Stuff that poor folks can't afford. That's how they get you back up out their hood. And especially in these major cities and these downtown areas. Black folks had to be careful about owning properties in downtown areas because these folks on the tear, they want that back. I had the same discussion with a friend of mine that owns some property in the downtown area. In one of these little country towns in Mississippi. One of the most popular country towns in Mississippi, and it's due to the slave trade, the Atlantic slave trade, and that's Natchez, Mississippi. Right there off of that riverfront. Told him, bro, man, this is marked territory. These people don't get this up easy. So be prepared to fight. The last 6 months, he been through hell fighting. But I'm proud of them because they haven't given up. And every fight that they've fought so far, they've actually won. All these little battles, I just pray he can win the war. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, you might not win the war, but you win the battle. I pray you win the battles and the war. Because there's no sense in fighting, continue to fight all these battles, and then still end with an L. Anyway, pissed at Deon for all that. He went and talked about Jackson State.
Because that mixed emotions. We won. The kids played really well. While the game was going on, somebody came in and stole every darn thing I had in my locker room.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Credit cards, wallet, watches. Thank God I had on my necklaces. How? I talk about quality, raising the standards, and that goes for everyone, man. Not just the people on the field, not just the coaches, not just the teachers, not just the faculty, but that's everybody, security in everybody. So how do you think it feels coming back after just teary-eyed because the guys that presented me with the game ball, one of the best moments I've ever had in my professional sports career emotionally. And then you go into your locker room, the coach's office to digress, and you notice that you don't even have a phone. They call you mama, they call you girl, they call you your kids because it's been stolen. You don't even have the Scully hats that you wore here. We're gonna find out who did it. Let's flush that. Jackson State, they got love. So well, I'm very transparent, and I'm gonna always be transparent with y'all. And I just ask y'all to be transparent and keep it 100 with me.
Coach, was it only your stuff that was
Only my stuff.
Okay.
Target, man.
Even accused somebody for trying to rob him. Somebody from trying to rob and say they stole some of his jewelry, and then come to find out it was one of the alarm or one of the administrators had put his stuff up because he left it out somewhere where it could have gotten stolen, but they put it up for him and protected it for him. Deon, all people in Jackson loved you, bro. And the reason why I bring you back up because you just recently claimed that you got robbed out there in UCLA. I mean, while you was out there at UCLA in California.
Deon Sanders Jr. posted this video on his YouTube channel recapping the loss and then featuring several players saying things were missing from their locker room. Pasadena police confirmed a report was filed and that they were in touch with CU as well as the Rose Bowl. Coach Prime began his weekly press conference first by discussing the crime and called on the NCAA to take action.
All that stuff should be replaced. This is the Rose Bowl. They said the granddaddy of them all, right? I'm sure granddaddy has some money. Grandpa should have some money to get these kids. I'm gonna have a list made out from these young men, and I know they're gonna be truthful about what they lost so we could try to get that back for them. They may not be able to get the items back, but we should be able to reimburse them. That was unbelievable. But I did hear that the home team was robbed as well. So I don't know, but I did hear that. But that don't make no sense when you're out there balling and playing your heart out, and you're getting robbed in the same aspect. So I hope we could do something about that.
Goes back to what I said to begin with. No matter where you go, if you flashy, you stunting, it's 2023, man. These youngsters ain't gonna let you make it. I don't care who you is. I don't care what your name is. Matter of fact, they don't even know you like that. Feel me? All they know is you got some shiny jewelry on. They can change their life. They get a piece of it, they can change their life. Cause they ain't never seen 50,000. They ain't never seen 100,000. Better yet, $250,000. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't just for clout. Some of these folks doing this shit cause they hungry, man. And you look like a tick. And when you waving steak over a lion's head, what you think he gonna do? So I'm pissed because he had all this talk about Jackson State and how vulgar and violent it is, and yeah, it is. But a lot of that's because we can't afford the security. We don't have the adequate amount of police. You know what I'm saying? Enforcement, because the monies are not there. For all of you all that don't know, and I don't know if he exposed this or not, but our governor Tate Reeves sent back over $135 million back to the federal government just this past year. Why? I think it was in 22. Why? We in the poorest state in the country. But it's because they don't want to give any monies to Jackson. They don't want to help build the infrastructure back up to par. They want it to fall. They know it's decrepit. It's been falling apart before we had Democrats in Jackson, before we had black people as the mayor and the administrators of Jackson. It's been falling apart since that last guy. The last, but white flight took place, took all the tax dollars out of Jackson State, out of Jackson that was helping to keep it up, and moved all that stuff out to Madison and Ridgeland Lakeland, all those other different areas, Pearl. You know what I'm saying? Rankin County, out of Hines County. So it can't support itself. And so Deon, you started a great movement. A lot of black people I talked to from that city say that they were starting to see more money than they ever seen before. And I ain't saying that you didn't do a good thing and that it can't keep going, but I'm saying lead by example, brother. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You exposed our hands so fast, so quick, but you say you was sent here by God. Did God not tell you that black people got problems too? But the thing about it is, we humble, we're loving. We were willing to give you a chance when no one else would give you nothing. No college would give you a chance to coach them. But black college did. HBCU did. We opened you. We opened the door. We greeted you with open arms. And though we don't have the resources and the things, you know, you complain about our jerseys not having the names on the back. Let's get that. Okay, you can start an influence. You did that. But it's not to talk down on the HBCUs because they don't, because you know they lack the resources.
What I would say about his reaction to getting his items stolen. It's incredibly unfortunate. It's embarrassing to Jackson State. I feel terrible that that happened to him. I haven't had an opportunity to talk to him about this yet. My immediate reaction is that I would have handled it differently, however. And the reason why I would have handled it differently is because the actions of a few, the criminal act, the unfortunate actions, the embarrassing actions, should not be a reflection on Jackson State. But that is how it may be inhaled and grasped and interpreted by those on the outside. HBCUs have incredible challenges, as you all know that I've highlighted on many, many occasions, in terms of notoriety, cachet, interest, support, financial and otherwise. It is a challenge for historically black colleges and universities to receive those things. This does not help. It doesn't help when you go in front of the cameras on national television. Although it's true, and although his emotions are totally understandable, I'm not blaming him for anything. I'm simply saying that if it were me, I would have handled it differently. I wish he had handled it differently, because I think that people are going to use that as an excuse to sit up there and say, all right, now tell me why my child should go to Jackson State. And those are the way that, you know, when people are against you and you are operating behind a proverbial 8-ball and you have those challenges coming up,
UCLA,
unfortunately, that's how things are interpreted. So
UCLA's endowment is worth more than every HBCU put together. The HBCU with the highest endowment is Howard University. They still got less than $1 billion. I don't want to quote UCLA's endowment, but I know it's a few $1 billion. It's more than a few $1 billion. So you put all the HBCUs together, and they still don't have as much money. It's one of the. It ain't even UCLA. Probably ain't even the top 25 schools of PWI. So Deon, you should know this. You should have an economist or someone in on your team that can explain these type of things to you. And yeah, when people are hungry and they're starving and there's poverty, and more poverty being induced and introduced, then what do you think going to happen? It's going to create violence. It's going to create an uproar. It's going to make people feel like there's no hope and no possibility of a change. And that's why you have to come in. You were that Messiah. You were that Savior, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? That had a way with the people, because people love you, bro. You prime time. And yeah, there's someone else out there. A lot of people. Oh, there's some other people out there. But why? We didn't have to resort to no one else. We had found someone. And I'm an Algonite. And I've taken a lot of flack, like I said in my last video, about supporting Deon, because he was for the Jackson State. And you know, that is our biggest rival. But at the end of the day, it ain't even about the sports to me. You know what I'm saying? It's about my people first. You feel me? And what people fail to realize is, just like with these politicians, we got to stop giving them our votes up front. Tell them we need to see. They need to show us what they've done. We need a track record of what they've done to support the black community. Before we go out here and give you our vote based off of some false hope and lies and promises, because we done heard all that shit before. I don't care what party you with. But anyway, yeah. Deon, you go out there, you get robbed. I ain't heard you say nothing about that. But hey, I guess it was a reality check. It could happen to you anywhere. Don't you know you could have secured yourself a whole lot cheaper in Jackson, Mississippi than you could anywhere else in the world? You could have bought as much land, the land cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Fenced it up. Could have built you a fort for less than $1 million right here in Mississippi. But you go out there to Colorado, you know how much you're gonna have to spend for that same fort? At least $5-10 million. Oh, that'll be 1 year of your salary on it. Ain't that something? But those people that invest in you, that say they ain't even had the money before you came, bro, they should let you know right then. Oh, I'm the bad. They gonna hire me already and promise me this, and they say they ain't got it, but come on, fool. And yeah, we should have secured them too. We should have did what we could to secure them in Jackson, but I'm telling you right now, it was no way to secure them with money. Not monetarily. We don't have money like that. Not even our alumni. Yes, legacy is important. And it's important for us to support our future. But we don't have those resources. We don't have those means. I just had a discussion with someone else talking about all the different black entertainers and athletes, that if they could all just drop $1 million. It shouldn't be up to the athletes. Because little do you know, but them guys pay plenty of money in taxes. A lot of those guys do support the cause, even though they ain't all over TV and trying to be heard and seen like P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Suge Knight been told you about that guy. That's why y'all able to bring up the fact that he donated $1 million to Jackson State, which is only peas in a bucket to him. He's a billionaire. 1 million is just like me giving 100 or maybe even 10. You know what I'm saying? In my book, it's like me giving 10. It's just an average donation. Plus, he gets to write most of it off, and he gets to get the clout behind it. And people support him even more now because they say he's supporting the HBCUs. No, he was supporting Deon, and he was supporting himself by getting himself some more recognition for supporting the black community, so to speak. But there's all kind of opportunities that P. Diddy could have had to make things right for the black community. But I'm not going to put all that on a few token celebrities, because most of them are already sold out to another cause. I'm putting that on the greater masses of us all. And it's time for us to change our mindsets. It's time for us to get it right, y'all. It's time for us to get together, have a conversation, come up with make a goal, create a strategy to how we're going to make it to those goals, challenge ourselves, go out here and work those damn strategies, reach our goals and gain the access to the things that we need. Education, we need to educate our own. It's things that can't nobody teach us like us. So I want to even encourage parents to be homeschoolers. But in order to do that, you got to create some type of, capitalism. We got to have funds coming in, because you still got to be able to feed and clothe and keep lights and water and shelter over your head. But I just want to encourage, for those of you all that have an entrepreneurial spirit, get out here and hit it hard as you can. Get your money. But most of all, protect your family. Protect your children. Teach your children right from wrong. I mean, real right from wrong. And don't sway. Don't bend. Stand firm on what you believe in. What's the motto? Jackson State? And Deon made it even more of a statement. I believe. You feel me? He believed, but he lost his faith in less than 3 years. And took it right back over to the other side and helped boost their endowment. In Colorado ain't even on the top 50 list of top PWI. But I guarantee you, their endowment is worth more than all the HBCUs put together. So they don't need no help financially. Though they may need some help winning. Football is bigger than football, Deon. We need a movement for the people. And it could be used, football could be used as a catalyst for that. And it was. But we need somebody that's wholeheartedly gonna stand fast and not be so easily moved because of a dollar sign. Don't you know that's always how they got us out of place? They always dangle their little dollars over our head. Don't you understand that they got so much more money than us because we keep selling out and they keep using us and abusing us? Where do you think they get all this money from? I drive around Natchez and look at these plantations. I'm gonna do a video on that as well. I'm looking like they still making money off these plantations, bed and breakfasts. I'm wondering if the same families have them. I know they've been sold Some of them have been sold, but I'm willing to bet that a lot of them still belong to the same families. It's just generations down the line. And I mean, they're making millions of dollars. I mean, at the least, you're gonna pay $400 a night to stay in one of these old ass antebellum homes. They still got the slave quarters, and they take you on tours telling you that this is where the slaves lived and stayed and played and all that shit. Like, it's okay to keep our bad times alive and even profit off of them. You know what I'm saying? Continue to profit and make millions and millions and billions of dollars off of slavery. Which I always tell y'all, slavery is not dead. Slavery is very much alive. It's actually written into the Constitution that to be a legal slave, legally you could be a slave by going to prison, being incarcerated. The convict leasing programs were real. Like, they use convicts to do everything, which basically is free labor, which in turn means more capitalism because you don't have to pay the person to do the job. So it's time for us to wake up, y'all. It's a lot of stuff going on around us that we seem not to be focused on. Like, we more focused on these sports. And don't get me wrong, I watch sports. I just got to watch them Dallas get whooped last night, baby. Pretty good out there. But Philly, y'all doing y'all thing. But I just don't get that engulfed in it because I know it's a distraction. I still have to stay focused on what's most important. And my people mean the most to me. I love you all. I want nothing but the best for us. So y'all take me literally when I say it's time out for all the bullshit. It's time for us to pull together. And please hit the like button so that these videos can get more repetition in the algorithm. And more people can hear this and they can go out to more people. Hit the notification bell. And be sure to check out my spread shop. I'm going to drop the link in the description or in the comments. Feel free to check out the website. Leave a comment, leave your email address. And if you will, make a donation. Help out the cause. Yeah, we trying to build up, y'all. We trying to get us to a place of understanding. We trying to get us back to a place of love and hope. And we're trying to use our ability, our God-given abilities to help enhance our own community instead of keep building up everybody else's community and letting them shit on us. Don't you see? We done built up everybody else. They done built off the back, in the blood, in the sweat of black. But then they turn back around and they shit on us. They don't have our back. It's like a bad mate. It's like you loving somebody, you giving them your all, but in return, they turn their back on you. They shit on you. They disregard you as a human. They say you 3/5 of a man. Yeah. So let's stop catering to this same system that's been destroying our people forever and taking away from our people forever just to make themselves better. And we've been so stupid and naive and under their influence and the spells that they cast on us that we can't even see. Anyway, I'm going to leave y'all with that. I'm a determined black man, John Jay. And as I always say, y'all stay up, stay humble, stay good people. I love you. Until the next time, I'm out. One.